Hey guys, J19 brought you another video, and today we're going to be discussing, as the title says, as the thumbnail says, we're going to talk about Capcom dominating the summer gaming news. They have, what do you got, like 3 games coming out. They also had an update for like Street Fighter 6, I think. Yeah, Street Fighter 6 got some new stuff. We're not going to cover Street Fighter 6, but the other big 3 games are coming out later on next year. Like, we got 3 of them next year, which is crazy. And we're going to talk about my Expedition 33 review and much, much more in today's podcast. I was going to make separate videos, but I decided to just put this all in one podcast for you guys to listen to while you're doing other stuff. So with that said, let's get right into it. Let's start with the Expedition 33. I want to get that out of the way. Expedition 33, if you guys probably can tell, I talked about it on my Twitter. I talked about it on my Discord channel. I talked about it on other social media stuff I'm in. I played the game. I beat the game. I was very skeptical. I was very skeptical of the story, the gameplay, how the characters gonna like immerse me, how they're gonna like get me really, to jive with them, right? To get me into that type of game. I do like turn-based, right? I do like turn-based games. I do like RPGs, JRPGs, stuff like that. But I just wasn't sure about this, right? But something told me to take a chance, and I did, right? And I did play this game. It took me a while. I finally, with my busy schedule and stuff like that, I finally beat it. Like, it took a few weeks. So I don't get to play every day. But Expedition 33 blew my mind. That's all I'm gonna say. It blew my mind to the point of like, is this a for real game? Is this a game that what I play was realistic, right? Because going in with low expectations, right? Because I heard a lot of people talk about it, they're praising it. They got praise over Metacritic and OpenCritic, stuff like that. But what I understand, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm right now. I'm just tired of like the Metacritic scores. I'm tired of like the high praises and stuff like that. Because there's another game I was really skeptical of, and that was Baldur's Gate 3. And the way they handle the turn-based action in that, and the whole Dungeons and Dragons type of gameplay loop, I didn't make it past the tutorial. That's how bad it was for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like the understanding of it. It had too much stuff going on. I just said, you know what, this ain't game for me. So I did it on the trials. Plus, I was really hesitant about this game because I didn't really like Legend of Dragoon, and that's like a button prompt, QTEs, whatever you want to call it, CTEs, whatever you want to call those things, right? So I gave it a shot. Absolutely, like I said, absolutely blew my mind. I think Expedition 33 is my game of the year for this year, unless Ghost of Yotei, Borderlands 4, Dying Light the Beast, or anything like that, like something major comes out and that blows my mind. I think Expedition 33 is my game of the year. However, I'm gonna talk about the bad stuff first. The stuff I didn't things I didn't like, some nitpicks I had with the game. Let's start with a big elephant in the room. You guys probably heard me talk about this, not on here, but you guys probably saw me post about it on Twitter or even on some other social media if you're watching this from other Discord servers and stuff like that. I tried to get into the story. I did my very best. I thought the first 3/4 of the game, like just the spoilers, right? The game's been out for a while. But the main thing for me was the whole Paintress, got to take down the Paintress to stop the Gamages, to stop the cycle. I thought that was a fantastic touch. I think just relying on Expedition 33, these 32-year-olds are like on their last year to live, and you got Mael, who was like 16 years old. Like, she's basically like an orphan daughter of like Gustav, right? So I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, it's a journey with these, bag of misfits. Like, some know each other. I love the characters, right? I love the characters, love the voice actors. I think they nailed the scenes. But my problem is, it's like with Final Fantasy 16, is they had an idea, but they decided to like flip it on edge and introduce some wacky stuff, and I didn't really appreciate that. I try to understand the Paintress and like the the white hair family, and with Versal and Remnor and Alicia and all about the paintress and stuff like that. It's like this is wild. But for me, like I got the ending of choosing Mael, and I understand what she's trying to do there. Like I was happy. I was excited to see CL, to see her husband again and the baby that she can have. Gustav being alive with Sophia, right? Being alive as well. And just like Versal getting a chance to perform in front of people on his piano and the theater, right? I thought that was an awesome ending. But the convoluted parts of the story was I didn't quite understand the whole decision making. I know she wants to make everybody live, or she wants to continue to live in this world so that she can be with these people. And then Versal wants to like destroy. He wants to like stop painting, and it's just for me. It's like the whole ordeal with that whole thing. It just fell apart for me. I was complex. I had to like get a better understanding of the story. Like I know I'm just briefly going through the story. I don't want to spoil too much. I want you guys to enjoy the game. If you haven't yet, play the game, because the parts I'm going to talk about next is what I love about the game. The other nitpicks I have real quick is parkour. A little bit of parkour is a little weird. It's not bad, right? I think it's cool. Like you get to search for items and stuff like that. But my biggest thing is like some of the level design. Like your characters will like sit there and jump up and down and get stuck. And it's like, come on, how are you getting stuck? Can we just have a flat area to run on? And there's a few areas that kind of like that. It has like dead bodies sticking up. It's got stuff in the way, and you're trying to make your way around it. You get stuck, and it's just like your character can't move. You gotta sit there and jump a little bit and go this way, go that way. I think it's just some nitpicks. Now, granted, here's why I love Expedition 33. The exploration. Fantastic. Just going around fighting like tougher enemies, finding items, finding weapons, finding like supplies, like the shops around, finding like different outfits for your characters. Doing some mini games. I thought that was pretty fun. Some of the mini games I didn't vibe with, like the beach volleyball one, the parkour. Like I said, the parkour part is probably the weakest part of the game. I didn't really appreciate those. I love the enemies. I love the combat system. The whole parry dodge. When you parry and you're able to land it perfectly, it's so sick. So fantastic. I thought that was the best parts of the game. The music, fantastic. Like I said, the characters, the voice actors, they landed the scenes. They got the emotions out. The mocap is awesome. And I fell in love with the game. I thought the game was, and the environments, man. The environments, the way you traverse in the world, I thought it was fantastic. Love the little towns you go visit. There's like a couple of them you visit, right? I have fun. I love the camping aspects. I love the part where you're talking to your other party members and you get to have a relationship bond and you get to see how that plays out. There's some crazy story moments. It's like, I was like, whoa, like what the hell happened? In a good way. I thought the ending of Act 1 was fantastic. Ending of Act 2 had me kind of like, what the hell? Like, what the hell is happening? Why is this happening, right? That's when, I think after Act 2, that's when the story kind of lost me. But it's like, what the heck's happening? Like, this is BS how this played out. Not in a bad way. It's just, what the hell we do this for? If that's going to be the ending of it, right? And of course, stuff like that. Other than that, I thought this game was fantastic. The parts I love about the game, like exploration, the environments, voice acting, the characters, the combat system, the enemies you fight, the bosses. Some of these bosses are so sick, so fantastic. The dungeons and stuff like that. The art style of that game was I think that's what carried the game the hardest for me. It is definitely a game of the year for me. It definitely is for now, unless something surpasses it. But for me, story is not like the number one thing I look forward to. It's the gameplay. How's the gameplay? Because I can handle a bad story. I can handle bad characters. if the gameplay is fantastic, I'm having a wonderful time, right? I'm having a blast. But story does have its moments, right? I need the story to keep me focused too. Um, so if I have to choose a rating for Exhibition 33, I'm gonna give it a solid 9 out of 10. I think it's fantastic. A lot of stuff carries it hard, but I can't give it a 10 out of 10. I can't even give it a 9.5 out of 10 because the story just the first half of the game, fantastic, right? It'd definitely be a 10 out of 10 for me. I think just the convoluted parts, the complexity of what they're trying to tell us, like trying to explain stuff, like what the hell's happening with the painter family and stuff like that. I didn't vibe with it much. I thought it was kind of interesting, but I can't sit here and say it's a 10 out of 10. It's game of the year. It's got some nitpicks. 9 out of 10 is actually a great score. That's what I want to give it. I think it's a fantastic spot for the game. It's definitely the best game I played so far this year. But I got plenty of other games to play the rest of this year, so I'm looking forward to it. Now, let's get right into the next topic. This is a part of it I haven't talked about a whole lot other than my Discord server. Let's talk about the situation with Final Fantasy 16. I know everybody jumped the gun, myself included, but apparently Xbox Store updates are slow. They're a little bit late, so people need to calm down. So it's me. Apparently, the Final Fantasy 16 sales, at least for the U.S. Store and for Xbox, it's a top 11 game in sales right now. It is doing fantastic. I don't know how it's doing in the rest of the world for Xbox stores, but for United States only, it's doing fantastic. It's 11th best. I don't know how many sales numbers that's going to be, but that sounds pretty good. Better than 22,000 people that play the game, right? I know a lot of people want to play on Game Pass and stuff, but Square's not going to do that, right? Square's done taking like exclusive money and like just taking a big check. They are looking to make some money, right? That's why they didn't put it on Game Pass. That's my theory. I think that's what they've done. But Final Fantasy 16, as far as I know, a lot of people are loving it. Like, I've seen some Xbox players talk about it. Of course, PlayStation players liked it. Me, I loved it. I don't think it's the best Final Fantasy game in the world. I think it's decent. I think it's up there. It's way better than Final Fantasy 15. But again, it's not my favorite, right? It's not up there. It's like, oh my goodness, like this is the best thing on sliced bread. But the whole sales situation, the articles and all that, people said this thing flopped. It's sold better than PlayStation. It's like, hold your horses. Let's wait a while. So let Final Fantasy 16 simmer a little bit. Apparently, it's 11th best in the United States store of Xbox. So let's just calm down about that. That's all I want to give my thoughts about it. I'm glad it's doing well. So I'm gonna take one quick drink.
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Please know that you are my hope.
Let's continue on with the next topic of Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. We didn't get anything of that so far this summer. I think the whole Gamescom's kind of out of the way now. They could possibly tease it, but I don't think Jeff Keighley's going to have a teaser for that. I think because PlayStation still has a time exclusive deal with the Final Fantasy VII Remake project, like Rebirth still had a 3 months exclusive rights. I know Square Enix wants to get away from that, but I think Part 3 is still locked for PlayStation for a short while. So here's the thing. I want to cover this real quick because I haven't got around to talk about it. I think the best bet for us to see Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 will be at the State of Play or some kind of event at the PlayStation Showcase State of Play in September. They always have a State of Play or some kind of event like a few days to a week before Tokyo Game Show. Now, Tokyo Game Show is going to have a lot more on like the Japanese side of stuff, of course. I expect a lot of Capcom there. I do expect Square Enix to be there a little bit. But I know that Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster got some information. Apparently the War of the Lion is not going to have content in that game. That content's not in it. But Cloud is going to be introduced a lot sooner, so that's awesome. I'm glad that Cody Christian and Brianna White are going to be reprising their roles of Aerith and Cloud, or the Flower Girl in the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. I have never played Tactics, but I bought it for like $25. I had a coupon. I can't wait to play it. So there's that. But yeah, part 3, I think it's going to be showing off at the State of Play. I talked to a few people. Tokyo Game Show, yes, is a game show for Japanese titles and stuff like Konami, Bandai Namco, Square Enix, Capcom, you name it, Nintendo, even Xbox. But I don't think, and they don't think, I thought, at first I was like, maybe they'll have it at Tokyo Game Show. But having a reveal locked at Tokyo Game Show is not the way to get people excited for it. Not many people watch the Tokyo Game Show. Unless you're like Japanese base, or you're wide awake early in the morning, or you're way over on that side of the pond, right? So my best bet, September, we're going to get a teaser for part 3. Now for Final Fantasy 9 Remake, I talked to some people, and they're hearing things that I guess it's been reportedly, I guess ever since the fan-made project that had like a 25-minute gameplay footage of them remaking the opening acts of Final Fantasy 9, I apparently stirred Square Enix a little bit. I remember a report now that there was a report saying that Square decided they didn't like the way the project was going, so they took the game in-house to work on it. So, but my problem is, if they're doing that, if they decided, let's say last year they decided to bring the game in-house and redo it, then why are they going ham on the 25th anniversary with merch, all that stuff? A website, they got, newly recorded like remixes of new songs, like some of the themes, I should say, not new songs. I think they even got a new song recorded for Final Fantasy 9. They're going, like I said, they're going all out for Final Fantasy 9, and it's for the 25th anniversary. And the last time they did that for 25th was Final Fantasy 7 as a whole, and we got that stream, that video, that event, whatever you want to call it, the showcase, and it had Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2, it had Rebirth, it also had Crisis Core Reunion, it had all that, and like First Soldier was there, it was a mess, and then it had Ever Crisis, right? But for me, I think that this tells me that they're going to have some kind of teaser, but the game might not be ready till 2026 or 2027. My best guess, if they had to take the game in-house and rework it, it's not going to be ready until 2027. So they're going to have like possibly 2 big titles of FF79, FF7 Part 3, and FF9 Remake, excuse me. If they have those both in 2027, they're going to be hitting it big with those 2 titles, I think. As far as anything else, as far as Square Enix side of things, Killer M looks really awful. I guess it's like a gacha game, an online game. I'm not sure. It's supposed to be like some kind of like Among Us type thing. I don't know. I think Square should just stop trying to make little tiny games and focus on big projects and higher quality games they like this going to. So making a game like that and trying to sell it and stuff like that, it doesn't make sense to me at all. Anyways, let's get to the bread and butter, the meat and potatoes of this whole conversation, the whole video. Capcom. Oh my goodness, Capcom is on fire right now. They are just going nuts right now. They got like 3 games they got announced. They got Pragmata's alive and well. We saw gameplay of that. You had people show off their impressions of the game. Onimusha's back, like the old style, like the. If you love Onimusha old, like the first 3 games, you're gonna love this one. This one is a callback to those Onimusha games, and it's fantastic. I can't wait for that. And then we got Resident Evil Requiem, Resident Evil 9. Again, I got it playing in the background here for you guys to watch. If you want to watch that, listen to me talk. I was down to right down here, if you guys can see. But anyways, this game sounds creepy. It sounds horrifying. They're going back to the roots of being a horror game. But I think the new twist they're doing with this whole thing is a psychological horror. As far as like her just like trying to face her fears, going after the stalker type thing, which I talked about in my other video. Impressions of what people had to say about that, which is great. Um, I'm in the process of playing Resident Evil 2, possibly maybe Resident Evil 7 or 8. Definitely Resident Evil 2 remake. I definitely want to get through that one. But anyways, Resident Evil 2, 9 has some like information that it wasn't officially out there yet, but apparently it was talked about behind closed door and somebody let slip. Apparently there's going to be a second playable character. It's not the main character. Grace Ashcroft is the main character of Resident Evil 9. But apparently there's going to be a second playable character who is loaded with guns. It could be Leon, it could be Jill, it could be Chris, it could be Claire, it could be Carlos. It could be any one of those guys, right? It could be any one of those characters that have they're linked to the Raccoon Police Department, or they're linked to the Raccoon City itself. But for me, I think it's Leon. Leon makes the most sense because one of those. This game here is definitely going to be a game that's going to end something and it's start something brand new. I think it's Leon or it's got to be probably Jill. I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to this game. This is probably my biggest game of the whole trilogy, of the three that I'm talking about right now. I mean, Musha, what can I say? It's an action game. You collect these souls, use that to upgrade your character. The enemies talk crap to you, and your protagonist actually has a personality. He actually talks crap, trash back. Like when you're fighting and stuff like that, you can like do like a parry type thing and slice enemies in half. And apparently, you can slice multiples in half, which is cool. The environments, I've been told, like it could be one of the best looking games Capcom has ever made. And I can't wait for it. I wish they had people play the game, but apparently it's not available. But Resident Evil 9 will be playable at Gamescom. I think Pragmata will be as well. Hopefully Musha will be. I hope they get like 3 booths because they got 3 games coming out in 2026, which is it's crazy that Capcom is firing all cylinders. It's got all kinds of games for many people, which is horror. Or if you like the the hacking, the hacker / action game where you gotta solve puzzles with a girl, and then like he's trying to fight these bad guys off, and if you mess up the puzzle, like she gets like shocked. She's like, hey, I'm sorry, I'll pay more attention. And apparently, if you're faster at solving the puzzle, you get through these levels, right? Get through these levels, defeat these enemies and stuff like that. It's an action game, but also makes your mind work. At first, when I heard like Max talk about it, I'm like, I don't know if I like that game. But the more he talked about it, the more like things just started clicking. I'm looking forward to it. I do want to play a demo first, but it's definitely a lock for me to get for 2026. Resident Evil 9, awesome, can't wait. I got that thing. I'm gonna get that thing pre-ordered. Musha, definitely. I've been an Musha fan since the beginning. I think I played all 3. 3 is my favorite of the 3. Just knowing that Musha Way of the Sword is going to be like that, and possibly the best looking game Capcom has ever done. When DMC 5 exists, stuff like that, and like we got the Monster Hunter Wilds like updates coming. At the end of this month, we got the title update too, which is crazy. Which has got about another week and a half. That's coming. Hopefully, get a trailer soon. I can't wait for these games, guys. It's just Capcom is firing all cylinders. We have banger of like the game shows, game events for the Summer Games Fest, State of Play, Xbox, Konami. Konami is back too, and the Bloober team, they are making Silent Hill remake. They got Silent Hill F. They got Metal Gear Solid 3. Apparently, Metal Gear Solid 3. Solid Snake, I should say. It's going to have an online game apparently with it, so that's going to be available. It's just crazy how like Konami's back, Capcom's on fire, Square Enix is trying to get themselves under control. It's crazy to be alive right now for gaming. Those of you that say that gaming's dead, PlayStation has no games, or gaming's dying, we're not going to enjoy games anymore, it's nothing to play. It's just, you guys need to take a reality check and understand that there's lots of games to play. Open your comfort zones, get out of your comfort zones, broaden your horizon, and try different things like I have. And I'm playing Resident Evil. I'm playing Exhibition 33. I'm playing fighting games. I'm playing more different games that are coming out, right? Just I'm excited for gaming. Gaming has never been as all-time high peak right now. There's so many games to play. I might have to just hold back a little bit and start saving up some money because man, I got Borderlands 4 ordered. I got Dying Light the Beast ordered. I got me a few other things I ordered. I was able to land the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering starter kit that has like Sephiroth deck and a Cloud deck. I can't wait to see that in a few days. So I got a lot of stuff coming. I'm super excited about games. I need to get this off my chest and talk about. I know I've been super busy. I apologize for you guys. Now the biggest elephant in the room. What am I gonna do about streaming? When am I gonna stream? My plan for streaming is gonna be at night. It's gonna be Eastern Standard Time. It's gonna be between 7 p.m. and about 10 p.m. About 3 hours. 3 hours. Not every night, probably every other night. I'll keep you guys posted on Discord. I'll probably come up with a streaming schedule to try to keep it. But I do want to get through Until Dawn. I want to go through Final Fantasy Rebirth. There's probably a few other games like Dying Light the Beast. Maybe I'll stream that as well. There are just some games I do want to play. And I might just get on Steam and just stream for you guys. Maybe Resident Evil 9. I'm seriously thinking about streaming that game too. So there's a lot of games I want to stream. So if you guys are looking forward to Until Dawn, I'm at the final chapter. If you want to catch it up, it's on my channel. Just look up Until Dawn Remake. I'll tell you, the first few videos of that was not great. So bear with me. That was like on them. They released a bad polished game, unpolished game, so I had to deal with it. Mess around with the settings, it's not that great. But I think I got it fixed. I think I'm gonna get that done. But I think it's gonna be either at the end of this month or it could be towards the beginning portions of July. I'm not sure. I'll keep you guys posted on a schedule, probably on Discord. I'm looking forward to getting back to streaming, making content again. As far as Until Dawn, I'll probably do an Until Dawn stream and then talk about the ending a little bit. And I'm going to move on to like Final Fantasy Rebirth, so it's going to be all in one video. So just to give you guys a heads up, I'm not an editor. I don't edit videos. I can't afford an editor. So everything's going to be raw. It's going to be unpolished. It's going to be not unpolished. It's going to be my best I can do. And I hope you guys appreciate these content. And I hope you guys appreciate this podcast. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to discuss down below. I know Marathon got delayed, which is great. I think Bungie needs to like just take all the feedback and just work on it and just say, hey guys, I'm sorry. We, like I said, they got the stuff they want to work on. Thank you for the feedbacks and stuff. So we got that going on. Sony's got like Wolverine and Intergalactic, like after 2025. They got Death Stranding 2, and they also got Ghost of Yotei for this physical year. So everybody thinks 2026 is going to be a Wolverine Intergalactic. I think it's more like the following physical year, which is not going to be until after April of 2026, but it's going to be more into 2027 when they release those games. I think Wolverine has a shot for 2026. I think Intergalactic still needs another year and a half of polish. I think it's going to be like a 2027 title. But it's going to be within the same physical year. Get my drift? It's going to be for April of 2027. That's my biggest thing, I think. My bet. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys for right now. Let me know in the comments below if there's any topic you guys want me to discuss in the next video. If you guys like this podcast type content, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let me know in the comments below. We guys thinking my high quality or some things I can improve as a content creator. Or some games you want me to look into, like as far as trailer reactions and whatnot. I look forward to getting back to streaming sometime soon, within the next few weeks. I had to get this video out and get this podcast rolling. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful night. Keep on keeping on, and I love to talk to you about these certain topics in the comment section below. So with that said, please drop a like, share with a friend, and I hope you guys stick around for my next video content. So with that said, be safe out there, be nice to each other, stay warm. If you're in the winter months or cooler months, stay cool if you're in the North America region because it is hot, it's scorching. We got some severe storms coming here sometime today. I hope nothing really bad, but anyways, enough of me blabbering on. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.